Hello everyone, and welcome to Film Sandwich. I'm Kid Ron Burgundy.
And I'm Mark.
And on today's episode, we're gonna show you how to make the Metaverse, or more accurately, contribute to the Metaverse. Now I know what you're thinking, the Metaverse really isn't anything quite yet, but we're at the beginning stages and you gotta get started.
So we're gonna build it, all by ourselves.
Yeah, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
We're gonna show you how you can contribute to the Metaverse by doing 360 Google tours for local businesses.
Yeah, so it all starts with 360. And this camera right here is an 8K Insta360 2 with custom antennae. And this does 360 all the way around in 8K and makes it for wonderful Google tours. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot this camera and make some 360 photos and connect them and upload them through Street View onto Google Maps. And you'll be able to connect and kind of go through the whole stuff, which is really 1.0 of the Metaverse when you think about it, Ron.
Yeah, I mean, in the future, probably like 10, 20 years in the future, I'm sure everything will be like 3D, animated type stuff, like
that
three-dimensional.
one movie. What's that one movie?
Oh, Johnny Mnemonic. Now, this
Yeah.
movie came out in the 90s, before The Matrix was made, had Keanu Reeves in there. The acting is horrible. I tried to watch it the other day. It was pretty bad. But what was cool about it is when he put on his visor, he entered a three-dimensional internet. Now, that's where it's gonna be. It'll probably look a bit better than that, but maybe we can just roll a quick clip, show you what that looked like.
Like this. But now it's better. It will be better.
Right.
And you're gonna need a big ass camera like this to get started. Don't even worry about small ass cameras.
Yeah, actually, this is an expensive camera, and if you're like a small time business like us, you could use the Insta360 1X or 1X2. It's only 5.7K.
Smaller.
Right.
Smaller.
But if you got like $400 or $500 to get started and you don't have $2,500, it's a great camera. But for your bigger, higher end clients, size does matter.
Or if you're just bigger like me, size does matter. So
Right.
I'm a big guy, I need a big camera for big clients.
Yeah, this one will do 8K resolution, so it'll be a bit clearer than this one. But like I said, if you want to get started and you don't have a lot of money, you can use the Insta360 1X or 1X2.
So we're gonna take some awesome 360s, we're gonna show you how to stitch them and upload them to Google Maps. Real easy like.
Yep,
Let's
right,
go.
Let's get started.
All right. And here we are in the lobby of Mars Vision Productions world headquarters right here in Florida. Now, what you have here is the Insta360 360, and I've done a lot of these shoots, and this camera's a little finicky. So first thing is you gotta power it on, which is this button, and when you touch it, nothing happens. But wait, it literally takes like 10 seconds. It's a finicky camera. If you've used the Insta360 2 for any length of time, you'll know, oh, see, it just came on. And if you didn't know that, you'd be like, well, it's not coming on, it's not coming on. Now, these antennas here are not stock antennas. I have a client that's a military contractor who does antennas, and I got these for free because he likes me and I did good work, so I upgraded the antennas. Now, the cool thing about 360 is it's gonna teach you to be really good about one schoolyard game you used to play back in the day. So, if you've ever played hide and seek, this is really what you do all day long when you take this everywhere, because it is 360, so you find yourself having to hide when you take the photograph. All right, so it's like I tell my clients, are you ready to play hide and seek? Let's go. Because everybody wants to look at the camera, and then we set it up, and then we gotta run away around the corner. The important things about 360 is make sure you have a level base, and you think for all the money you spend, they'd give you like a little bubble level, so I usually travel the bubble level, but this tripod has a little level on the other side. So you gotta level it. It's got 6 lenses all the way around, and it'll show in real time here, it shows everything. And then if you see in the very bottom here, it's got a delay timer with 3, 5, and 10 seconds, and it goes back to the whole hide and seek thing. So right now we're gonna look at the lobby, it looks good. There's different things you can do. You can do HDR with this, you can do multi-bracket exposures, but what I have found is take one shot. Make the shot look good, take one shot, because when you get done with a big tour and you have 150 shots or 150 areas you gotta connect, you don't wanna go through and connect or go through 300-400 images because you would think, oh, let me do a little exposure bracketing, let me do this. It's a lot of data, they're big files. Just do one shot and you get happy with and you're moving on. It also helps with navigating and like connecting the picture as well. All right, so now we're gonna go hide and seek. So I'm gonna see how fast Ron is behind the camera. I'm gonna give us 10 seconds. Here we go, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, listen for it, 2, oh shit, I can see me. He sees everything. Listen for it. There's the click. Now it's actually gonna start stitching in real time. And so what's happening now is you're gonna hear another dong with the camera. That's an awesome sound. That's it. And now it's all stitched. So if I click on this over here, and then I can come click on the building, click on pano, and it'll just generate the pano, which is pretty cool. And now, yay, that's it. I look everywhere around, make sure you can see our shadows, but that's fine. So I think this is good to go. So I'll go back to the photo menu. The other thing that's really important when you do Google Street View, especially outside, is GPS data. This also does Street View movie mode, which we're not gonna get into here, but it's quite awesome because you can literally put this on a backpack and go 20 miles down a beach and it'll draw the blue line where the little guy goes. We've done it, contributed, it's awesome. But for this, we're just doing 360 panos, and GPS information is important if you're outside. But inside, you lose GPS, so you're gonna have to just do it manually when you're all done. All right, so we're moving on to the next spot. So we've got the lobby, the hallway. I'm creating the metaverse by myself right now. First contributor, right? So now we're gonna go down the hallway, do it again. And the other cool thing about this camera, okay, so I just got done looking at it. It looks good, so we're gonna move to the next location, which is the hallway, and let's go. Okay, this is what 360 Tour is all about. Literally just moving it around from place to place. Also, there's also a default point of view lens, so that's out of the 6 lenses of this camera, it's gonna be the one that's left of the main screen here. So it's kind of like when you view a 360, your starting point of the view is this lens on this camera, just a little FYI. Also, it's important to always be level, so always check your level. And then here we go. I'm gonna set it to 3 seconds instead of 10 seconds. Let's see how fast Ron is. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3. Here it is. There it is. It'll get done stitching. And there's pretty much all there is to it when you capture 360. It does go through batteries a little bit, and I won't make you go through the rest of the shots, but got a few more to go, and let's just go do it. All right. Oh shit! Oh, cool thing about these antennas, watch this. Aha! They're no problem. Take a beating. All right, well, that completes all the photo capture, so to speak. So now we gotta go to post-processing. Well, I'll show you how it all kind of works in the program and how you can put a logo to cover up the tripod bottom. And then from there, I'll hand it off to Ron to sort out and put on Google Street View. All right, I got the camera right here on the tripod. Now it's time to do the photo processing. First thing you gotta do is pull all the cards. I mean all the cards. So the main card is underneath this door right here. And then you gotta pull that card, and of course, all these cards in the bottom. And once you have that all together and you some adapters, put in the computer, then you can start the work. All right, we have all the cards in, and the important thing first off is go to your Finder if you're on a Mac, and just make sure they all show up. So I'll do the Finder and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is good because there's 3 little micro SD cards and a main SD card. So now we're ready to open the Stitcher software, and we're gonna go ahead and open it right here. And it takes a minute to open. Okay, so we've got the program open. We're ready to kind of bring in our panos. What you want to do is locate on all your cards the one folder that you can open and actually see the pano, because in that one it's going to have the gyro information and a couple of other metadata to make all the different angles kind of come together. So once we see that, these are the ones we shot today. We'll just click and drag. And there we go. And now you're seeing one view of one lens of the camera. So what you need to do is, this is highlighted up here. What you want to go is preview stitching effect. There you go. That's nice. And then right here is stitching effect. I've already dropped in the Mars Vision logo. I'll make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. This program actually has not been updated for a while. It's been like this for a little while. But as you can see, you have the brightness and the contrast. And usually I always tick up the sharpness a little bit and then tick up the saturation. The interesting thing too is you can make defaults right here. So once you have something you like, you can save it and name it. I'll do that once I find like some really good settings and a tweak settings. It's just simple stuff as far as like a preset. All right, so now we have that done. We're gonna say save and apply. And then it says, wait, where do you want to save this at? So this is pretty straightforward. Here's the output, 8K. There's other things you can get involved with this once you like do Street View movie size. But for now, this is just photospheres that we're talking about. So we're gonna just click that. And then we're gonna just do desktop and documents, and we'll do a new folder. We'll call Mars 360. Mars 360. The other quirky thing about this camera is it just generates random file names. So it can be kind of tricky to figure out where you're at in a big tour, 360 tour. So you really need to pay attention to your file names. So if I take the cursor here, you have this front number here and you have this number here. So that's all fine and dandy, but watch what happens when I go ahead and say stitch now. So now we're gonna stitch now, and it's processing down here. It kind of shows you what's happening and it's doing its thing, it's done. And now I just want to show you this kind of file name stuff that happens. So back to Mars there, 360. Now, if you look at this file name and that file name, you're like, it just added a whole bunch of more numbers to it. And the only thing that remains consistent in the structure of this file name is this set of numbers right here. So that 10534 number that I have my cursor on right now is the only thing that's consistent. So when you're kind of organizing your photos and doing your things, just remember that that is one of those funny quirks about this camera. So now we've generated another huge number that's a random number that goes on the back of this. So that's the number that I equate to in the field all the way through post is the middle number. All right, so there we go. We can double click it. It shows us, it's got the logo in there. And then when this wraps around on 360 view, this logo will look correct and it's covering up the tripod as well. So of course, you're gonna do that for the rest, but the cool thing, I'll show you this one last feature before we pass it along here. So I'm pretty good about that. So you can take this right here, and once you're happy with what that looks like, you can preview stitching effect. Here, obviously, just like we did last time, looks good, and you can say save and apply. And then it says add to batch list, and now it goes right to here. So you don't have to wait for the program to actually do anything. All right, we've just got this all worked out. We've got it in the batch. We're gonna go ahead and run the batch now, stitch it all together, and then it'll be time to throw it around.
All right, now we're over here at my computer and we're gonna do the connection of the Google Street View for creating the metaverse here today. So Mark has done all the stitching for all the images. So what we gotta do is we actually use a service called gothrough.co. And so Google has their own Street View app, but you gotta go through a phone or a tablet. And it just really doesn't work out well with connecting all the different spheres and putting them in the right place. So we use gothrough.co. I recommend using them. So here we go. Gothrough.co. All right, and then we gotta go here and sign in with Google with your Google Street View account. And just a quick hint, you do have to be Google Street View certified here. So make sure you do that. It used to be you would have to do 50 panos and upload them. I'm not sure if it's the same now, but that is how it was when we started. All right, so we're in the gothrough.co interface here. And what we're gonna wanna do here is, let me maximize that, is we're gonna click here and go to constellations. As you see here, we already have some that we've done before for some clients. So we're gonna go here to create new tour. And then they have 3 different kinds here. You have a Google Business, which is the one we want to use today. There's also the Blue Line Tour. So if you were doing that backpack video street view thing that Mark was talking about, you would be able to connect the lines here. Usually that has GPS and stuff like that, but when you're inside, there is no GPS. And then there's a hosted tour. So maybe if you're doing like a real estate client, like you have a real estate agent and you've done some properties for them, you can use this right here, but we're going to the Google business one. So start. You're gonna go here, it says enter location or CID. We're gonna just type in Mars Vision Productions, and there it comes right there at the top, Independence Court. And then it gives you your ID number right there, shows you where it's at. And what this does is this connects you to the Google Maps part of it. So when you put these dots in there, it goes right in the place that you have. And then when it shows up on Google Maps, it'll be all in the right place, if that made any sense. Okay, so now that we have that set up, we're gonna go ahead and drag all of our panos in. I live at Mars Vision pretty much, so I know exactly where all these should go. So we're gonna load them in there, and you gotta wait for the little checkbox that they're loaded, and then you hit done right here, and we can maximize that. Okay, so now it shows you this map here, right? So that's the map of our little area, but it's not giving you like the satellite shot. So to do that, you're gonna go to Create Navigation Desktop Moderator. This will allow you to move your spheres around in the right place and connect them. All right. So now you have this main viewer here. You don't see anything because you don't have any spheres selected. So we're gonna just click on one of those, and then it'll show you the sphere that you have. You can move around like that, right? And then you're gonna go up here to expand, so you can see that map a little bit bigger. And this gives you the option to do the satellite, which great. Now you can actually see what the building looks like in real life. So this is the studio shot here. So it's gonna go right about there. And we're gonna make the beginning shot point this direction there. All right, now this next shot here is going to be the hallway. So that's gonna be like right around there. Pointing right at each other. All right. So now we have all of our little dots or spheres placed and the point of the building where it's supposed to go, but now we need to connect them. So it's pretty easy. You just click on the one that you want to start with, and as you see, it's putting a line there, but we don't want to go to that one. We want to go to this image. See how it connects the dots there? So after it does that, you just hover over that and click, and bam, there you go. You are connected with those two spheres. So now we're going to connect this one. That's the hallway. So the hallway is going to have to come around here. Let me move to where the tech room is. All right, so there's the tech room. So we're going to move that right there. And then we're going to connect those. Bam, connected. All right. So now we have all of these guys connected. So let me go ahead and reduce this. Oh, actually, a good thing that you want to do is hit save. The biggest thing that you should always do. Make sure you save your progress, because I did that. I didn't do it before, and I didn't save, and I had to start over. So reduce. So now all those guys are saved. So let's go ahead and we'll go to our first shot here. Bam. All right, so there's our first shot here, and we see our little arrow to take us down the hallway. Click there. Wow, now we're in the hallway. So there we go. We can go back out to the lobby, or we can go to one of these three arrows. This one will take us to the tech room. All right, and the next one, we go across the way. Bam, now we're on the set of the studio here. See, you can like have all the bright lights and everything without having to go to California or Atlanta. You just go right here to Sarasota. All right, bam, back out. And now everybody's connected. Everybody's happy and connected. Look at that. So now, once we're done here, we've saved everything. We're gonna go back out to the go through tools. Now, a very important thing when you're doing these tours, especially when you're doing big client work, is you want to be able to upload the street view to whoever the client's Google My Business is, right? So now you're done connecting all of your panoramas and everything. Now you just want to publish it to Google Street View. right? So you're gonna click here, it says publish your panoramas to Google Street View. Seems simple enough, so we click there. Yeah, I mean, it's giving all this information, asking for a card number here. We got hung up here. Sorry, Mark needs to pay for his go-through. It says $10. All right.
$10.
So let me just put the number in here without any enter. All right. So once you've paid for your go-through account, then you can upload the constellation to Google Street View. So now you're gonna go here to publish your tour to Google Street View. It says go through will start to publish your tour to go start publishing right there. So once you click publish, it takes a little while for it to process all the publishing. And then once you're done with that, you're all set.
Nice. Well, it's just that easy.
Yep, you too can contribute to the metaverse and make a little side money for yourself.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that other stuff you do in social media.
Until next time, I'm Kid Ron Burgundy.
I'm Mark.